Wonder if some of the LDLC players actually just saved last round.
They must
Or
have
this round, simply because they might just be going for rounds, realizing they're donezo anyways. Would not be surprised if they did that. And I mean, in fact...
I mean, why else would two of them have Glocks?
Yeah. I mean, in fact, it's not even necessarily a bad play, because even though you should always at least go for the tie, like, let's be real, they probably had less than a 1/100th of a single percent chance of getting that tie, being down 215. Especially
since, like we said, there's actually a chance of there being a three-way tie for the third spot here.
No, they definitely saved last round. And now there looks to be hitting B, where Get Right and Robin are playing.
And they're going to take him out, it looks like. Nope. Somehow he manages to miss them. And Delpan's coming behind now. He's going to rush and nade. Flash over twice.
Atlantis is pushed up pretty well, so he should be able to get at least one kill on the CTs coming through spawn. We'll see what happens there.
But he spurs early.
Forest down to A health. Face was actually already...
Yeah, Face went back.
Not really sure what Face was doing. Did they maybe think Bomb was going A because it took him so long to plant? Well, in any
LDLC wins the round.
Yeah, down to 9 and 5 health. That was a weak B hold by Robin and Get Right though, considering they had two people playing inside the actual bomb site, and were still unable to kill more than 2 people as they entered the site.
They really should have capitalized on the hesitation from LDLC, where they allowed the first 2 guys went upstairs and died, and then the other guys weren't running in to back them up. So you actually got the free kills essentially you could pull back. And SK has no one in the B site.
Yeah, just over-rotating totally. The bomb's been left under window. Takes out Forest during the lag. And it looks like LDLC is going to get a free entry into the B site. Atlanta's down to 16 health. Yeah, but they should be able to win this round. Especially if Atlanta... No, looks like Robin...
Face is not really far behind.
Yeah. Atlantis is in a bad position though, unless Eater can get the first kill and stay alive. That was a bad
really
peek.
Strange peek.
Dink down to 50 health.
But Atlantis does his job.
Yeah, that was that was a very smart play by Atlantis. It was a bit risky because he obviously could have gotten spam, but that was pretty much the only way he was gonna get kills there, as SK ran into the side just hiding behind that bucks. So that was a smart play by him.
Assuming he actually got communication from his teammate, that was like a really good play to just wait like 2 seconds more then run out. Because the only way he wins the round if his teammate dies.
Yeah, pretty much. And SK's now on, looks to be a deagle buy. I wonder if they still just bought everything they could afford, or they're actually on a somewhat of a save round.
Well, Forrest has 2 flashes.
So they probably just bought everything they could. FaZe being shot down to 14 health. And right now, Get Right's no doubt playing B by himself. See if Robin could actually get a kill here in window. No, he gets flanked from halls. And LDLC is wrapping the A site.
Get Right is hiding in the mortal pit. Takes out 1, takes out 2 and the bomb, and gets a gun.
And Ostriker really messed up there.
Yeah, he had so much time to aim that shot on his upper body.
Yeah, he barely even hit him, considering how close he was. And now bombs down in small pit too. You know, I'm really tempted to make a comment about him being cut from Millennium for his individual skill.
And Geralt gets another deagle kill.
Geralt with a really nice time push there. He knew that was the only way he was gonna win that round if he just took a risk and peeked out. I ended up working out for the first kill, but
how does that affect does that affect LDLC's economy to a large extent that they lost all those guns?
Yeah, it actually does. If you look at the scoreboard, everybody except Eater and Atlantis have 6 deaths. They have 4, so they still don't have a lot of money by any means. Escape doesn't seem to be too concerned about winning a lot of rounds since they're just force buying with everything they can, or this could just be some cockiness there. Pretty much looks like they're not even playing their spots. All of them are just
Delpan
running.
only has a deagle behind the tri-box.
Yeah.
It takes out the first guy with a great kill though. In fact, both of the SK guys over here have just deagles.
I think everybody except Get Right is on a deagle right now.
And Eater is not going to get anyone because they've all gone through spawn.
But it doesn't matter. It's going to be another round for LDLC. And I mean, even though SK is obviously very confident, they're just gonna 4-0 or 5-0 this group. But I'm not sure if there's 5 or 6 teams, but I think 4 or 5. So they're gonna 4-0 this group. I mean, that's, you would assume that too. But like, still, like, you would think they would just save once and actually like maybe not even play their normal spots, but just rather rush with actual guns instead of deagles and get a good round difference going on. Like even now, I think only one of them has a Colt, and the rest of them are still on FAMASas because they just keep forcing buys.
You still have to feel like they're going to get like 2 or 3 more though.
No, they will for sure. And
I mean,
here's
this
the
is
first
it
one of them.
right there.
They probably will end this half with at least like 7-8 rounds, but you know, if they just save properly, they could have probably got into like 10. Not that it really makes a difference, but
The thing is as well, this is really one of those games where literally the entire SK roster, top to bottom, is like significantly better than everyone on the LDLC roster. And I bet even Robin, in terms of raw skill, is at worst like tied with the best player from LDLC.
yeah. LDLC still trying to win rounds, which is smart. They definitely need them. Looks like they're going to execute in the A site right now. SK
This
has
is a
3
great time to
people
come out,
playing
but
there,
then
though.
they get raped by Face.
Well, SK wasn't even playing the spawn side of the A site. There's 3 people playing lane and halls, so LDLC never stood a chance this round.
Their timing was
with 0
actually like
kills.
0.1 seconds off there. Because Face was actually turned around while the other guy was moving back into the site. But then when they moved around, he just looked back towards balcony to spray them.
Yeah, also the first guy coming out of holes didn't look into the site. He was looking towards Big Pit. Otherwise, I think he actually could have killed Face.
I think Getright's going to push down the banana now.
Looks like a Delpan rushing mid.
Now Atlantis only has 34 health. He's going to hold off. Then Eater loses the Colt.
You know, in matches like this, when the CTs have way more skill than you, like the other team has more skill than you, and they're just rushing every round and doing what you would consider just random stuff, it can be really hard for the Ts to play against that too, because as long as they keep, like, they're gonna keep getting surprised, plus the other team has more skill, so it's not like you can just rely on killing them when they push you. So it's probably just extra frustrating for LDLC to see SK just pushing and not even letting them execute their own game plan.
And it's kind of counterintuitive because usually if the CTs keep pushing you like non-stop like this and with any gun, usually that will mean that they're actually worse than you. So usually you'd expect to be able to just easily like punish them and take them out. But it actually works, especially when you're SK and you have nothing to lose actually at this point.
Well,
Like,
playing
the
that
only
way,
people playing for anything really now is LDLC.
yeah, playing that way works, but a lot of people don't. That's kind of how alternate attacks used to play back in the old days when Capio was last on the team. That's how we played at ICSC against ESC too. I don't think you saw the game, but pretty much just rushed them every round. It can be really frustrating to play against. Ostriker still with 0 kills.
Get Right comes all the way down banana to rip the guys on the T-ramp in a second. Gets taken out though.
Most disappointing... I think the most interesting thing about this whole match so far is that Forrest is not getting a lot of kills, which spells trouble for my dream team.
The thing is though, he really has always been a player who, except for the Fnatic lineups where he was like the only superstar player, I don't think he's ever been a player who like came up big in like really bad games, you know.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, Fnatic he just had that pleasure of getting all the kills against everybody.
Yeah, I mean he pretty much had to be on every game then.
Yeah.
Whereas now if you don't have to and like your team's really, really good, the tendency is just going to be to chill for a while, you know?
Yeah. As you can tell, Delpan's the guy just rushing all over the place. So he definitely... He probably would just wants the kills more, while Forrest is just content, just sitting back a little bit and relaxing.
I actually think that's actually a symptom though, the fact that Delpan probably feels more free than anyone in this team, because think of all the teams he's played for in the past, including the last Fnatic lineup, and he actually had like a super amount of pressure on his shoulders all the time in those games. Yeah. Like if he died and lost his AWP, the chances of Fnatic losing that round were huge. Whereas actually the chances of SK losing the round, it's not really that big unless it's a really, really good team, you know?
Agreed.
So I'm betting for him he actually feels super fluid in the sense that he can just like have any kind of game and have a huge impact still. Plus I think actually for someone like Robban, having a really, really good AWPer like Delpan also takes a lot of pressure off him in terms of having to call. Because like when you have a sick AWPer like him, where he can make ridiculous shots and picks onto guys who are actually in better position, it means that you can sort of get away with rounds that really like weren't going your way, like they were badly called or the premise wasn't very good.
Ostriker, with his first frag of the half, left in a 1v1 against Forrest.
I have to say as well, actually, as far as a guy like Ostriker goes, I don't really know him on any kind of personal level, obviously, but I've always been very suspicious of teams where everyone in the team wants to cut one guy and says he's the worst guy by far, and then the organization is the only person who stands up for that guy, and then they like essentially demand that he be in the team. I mean, that's nearly always a very suspicious scenario, wouldn't you agree?
Hold on a second.
Okay, so MSHZ is going to push out the wall. But he's not going to see anyone because they're further back on balcony. Rips Delpan. And now they're going to try and walk into B. But unfortunately for them, the SK guys actually rotated. Wow, very nice from Face. 1v1 and the other guy actually isn't even near the bomb. Robban's going to peek him anyway, it looks like. Yeah, only 16 seconds left. There's not actually a lead to show here. You can do it anyway, but whatever. Wins the round regardless. So SK gets 9 as CT. They got 13 as T. I mean, it does kind of set up more of a... I wonder what order the matches are going to go in now, because theoretically that match shouldn't have been played, so I'm pretty sure they're just rushing through the schedule, so we're going to have to check.
It looks like x6tence versus LDLC